Alright guys, True Combo here, and yes, I finally succumbed to the tier list, but we do have a week drought of UFC. I forgot, man. I was under the impression that the Strickland and Hernandez fight was this week, but it's not, man. I forgot. So it's okay. I cooked up this little idea, no pun intended, of this tier list that I have, and it's gonna be a tier list of UFC fighters based on whether or not I would invite them to a cookout or a function. And this is based off a lot of factors, guys. It's not just what a fighter can bring to the cookout. That is a factor, but it's not just that. It's whether or not they'll go out of their way to volunteer and help out. If they are a good time to be around, they're gonna make people laugh. Another factor, which is a negative one, is some people might start some shit. So other than that, guys, we're gonna go through the list, and we're gonna start things off with Kyoji Horiguchi, man. I think he'd be the perfect guest. My favorite type of cuisine is Asian cuisine, so I really do feel like he brings some kind of Asian barbecue, and I feel like his attitude is just that attitude you want at a cookout. He'll eat everything you serve him, and he's gonna have that fun, positive attitude that's gonna just attract everyone around him. He's gonna be funny off some beers, off some Sapporos. He's gonna be a menace, and yeah, I think his attitude and his eagerness is gonna show through in the cookout, and I think he's gonna help out. He's gonna be a freaking angel, man, and he's gonna be a trip in a good way. So that's what we're gonna start off with. Next fighter we got Tom Aspinall. Now I know, guys, he's an Englishman. He's gonna be a gentleman. Why is he in B tier? I feel like Tom Aspinall, like I mentioned, is all those things. He's a gentleman. He has amazing manners. He's gonna be, he's gonna for sure help out. He's gonna, if he has a lady, or if there's a lady next to him, he's gonna offer up his seat. He's gonna do that classic gentleman stuff. But I just feel like he might be picky. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's really gonna be adamant about you gotta use the meat that he's bringing, not any other meat. And I don't know, I feel like he's very picky when it comes to cooking. He's literally gonna be like, have you ever grilled with an MMA fighter before? And I'm like, what, bro? Dude, let me just do my thing, man, but thank you for the meat. But yeah, man, I just feel like he might be picky. He is a heavyweight, so I might be wrong, but we'll move on to another fighter, which I know he won't be picky, but I don't think he'll help out at all. Paddy the Baddy. I don't think, dude, Paddy, he's gonna eat everything, which is, I guess, a good thing, but he's not gonna help. He's the type to, he's gonna eat everything. He's gonna tell you that was amazing, and then he's not gonna help clean. He's not gonna help do anything. He's just gonna dip. But I have him in C because him being an Englishman from Liverpool, he's gonna be funny as heck. He's gonna be busting balls and have that unk energy as an Englishman, which kind of saves his ass from being D tier. So at least you're gonna come here to eat, be funny. Even though I know you're not gonna help and clean up, at least you're entertaining. So that's kind of like the baseline of how you have to be to not be a terrible guest on, unlike Paddy. So he's right at the cusp at being D, but at least he's funny. So next fighter we have Colby Covington. Okay, so I think Colby, personally, I think he does have funny moments, and he is a rage baiter, but that's exactly what he is. But I feel like he's not gonna bring shit. He's just gonna he's gonna come here, and then if he sees that there's not, it's one of those cookouts that typically when I like to do a cookout, I like to tell everyone to hey, I like to provide stuff, but it's like, hey, I would love if you guys would bring stuff. It's fun, I like when people bring their own things, and you get a flavor of what everyone has to bring. And I feel like Colby, he expects as soon as he gets there, he expects the food to be ready. He's like, yo, what the hell, man? You didn't freaking prepare my shit. And I'm like, whoa, dude, you just got here, man. So I feel like he'd be kind of ungrateful. And it's I think Colby's hilarious, but I think he's gonna cause problems and be kind of ungrateful if the food's not ready as soon as he's there. So yeah, sorry Colby, man. I don't think I'm inviting you, bro. So next fighter we got Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney is like, there's another person I'm gonna mention here that you need him to go hand in hand with, but he's like the ball buster, instigator, but he's just doing it all in good fun, and he's just gonna be chopping it up with everybody. Fun fact, I've actually interacted with Terrence McKinney. I would say I was in an event in Florida, and I met him outside the event, and I took a picture of, like, he asked me to take a picture of him and his crew. And yeah, he was a very, really, really nice guy, but he liked to joke around and stuff like that, and it's all in good fun, and I think you really need that, because there's like really sometimes, with drinks and everything going around, heated moments, and Terrence McKinney can really, obviously besides his fighting skills, could really like ease up on the situation. So yeah, I think he's a great pick and definitely an A tier candidate. Next up, I don't know if this is bad timing, but Michael Chandler, why is he at B tier? I just feel like Michael Chandler, here's positives. He has like dad energy, and I feel like he can grill like no other, but I feel like he's gonna really be at the Cookout coming off as like pretentious. Like he's gonna like non-stop talk about himself, or like maybe not himself, but just like go off on this motivational tangent, and I'm like, bro, just put my burger on my buns, bro. But that burger after that motivational speech, I know is gonna be fun, and I feel like he's I've seen him make his like tequila or whatever. I feel like he'd be a really, really fire bartender, and he'd really mess everyone up, cause some problems. But other than that, Chandler also seems kind of like a frat bro, so I feel like that kind of elevates him a bit, and he might be a bit more fun at the Cookout. But like I said, he might go on a yapping motivational speech session, and I just do not want to hear all that. But Michael Chandler definitely is going to be eager to help. He's going to be there. He's going to bring stuff. He's going to bring that dad energy. So he's definitely not a C, D, or E, obviously. So yeah, we have him at the B tier. Next up. So these two, we're going to do them together because they're fighting next week. And Fluffy, man, we're going to start with you. Fluffy, I feel, he's going to be a good guest. He's going to be similar to Patty, but he's gonna be like a non-verbal version of Patty. I feel like, look, Anthony Hernandez, he's gonna bring, he's gonna bring stuff, as in like, he's gonna bring the freaking stuff to spark up with, I feel like. And I feel like that's gonna be, he's gonna give us edibles. We're gonna get, fried with him. But I feel like the same thing with Patty. He's gonna get too fried, and he's not gonna help. He's gonna eat and just be like, oh, all right, guys, I'm out. Or he's just not gonna, he's gonna French goodbye. He really just seems like the type to French goodbye, like eat and then French goodbye. But he is a chill person, and he might bring some bud. So yeah, I'm gonna stick him in the C tier. And Strickland is another case, in the sense of he just might, he's like a Colby, where he might start stuff, but he's actually funny, and he'll ease up on the situation, and I feel like he would actually help and bring stuff. Just the only thing is that he's gonna start some crap, because it's gonna start with, here's the thing, you guys, and then you're gonna have to break up a fight, and somebody's gonna get burned by the grill because of this commotion going on. But Sean Strickland, I feel like he would help though, and be eager to help. He just, like Colby, would cause problems, but I value being helped more than potentially causing problems, because hey, we're all human, right? So next up we got Alja. I love that video that he records of that random homeless dude and thinks he's Aljamain Sterling. That's messed up. But Petr Yan, man, Petr Yan, I just feel like Anthony Hernandez, he's gonna be like that quiet kind of dude, non-verbal. The only thing is that he barely speaks English, and he's gonna be maybe that funny foreign dude, but I genuinely see him like just being a dick, like just being there, just like he's just gonna be like Colby, get there, eat, maybe complain, and then dip. Like he's not gonna help or like do anything. I feel like he would be funny, like I said, in that kind of foreign exchange student kind of way, you know, just being like funny, whistling, having aura, but nah, man, I feel like he'd just be a little too boring for the cookout. So sorry, Piotr Jan, I love your fighting style, but I don't know if I'm inviting you to the cookout, brother. So next fighter we got is, so this is the next fighter that I think goes hand in hand with Joaquin Buckley. I feel, or with Terrence McKinney. I feel like Joaquin Buckley can really, like, Joaquin Buckley is gonna be like kind of the instigator, and Terrence McKinney is gonna kind of be his backup, be like yeah, and just bust people. They're gonna be the busting ball bros, but it be doing it in a light, kind-hearted way, and you know, just to kind of bust everyone's balls and kind of just make everyone feel comfortable in that kind of sense. I really feel like they go hand in hand. Like you can't have Terrence without Joaquin, you can't have Joaquin without Terrence, you know. I feel like they go hand in hand. Them as a duo is S tier at the cookout. So yeah, that's my stance on Joaquin Buckley, man. He's gonna be funny as hell, instigating with the fighters, just messing around, being funny. Yeah, definitely. And I think he's gonna help him bring some fire meat too. Pause. So yeah, definitely got him in the A tier. Next tier, or next up, this might be, guys, I know. Please, chill, brother. I think Bryce Mitchell, look, this guy might open his mouth and cause hell to break loose, but you can't deny the fact that this guy is gonna come here and help. Like after seeing the fishing with Bryce video, the MMA Guru uploaded, man, this guy is gonna like help out so much at the cookout, and he's gonna bring in like the freshest. He has a whole ass barn. He can host it probably at his barn or at his farm, but of course, I mean, we can't ignore, you know, what he says. I'm not here, you know, I'm not gonna bash him or anything like that. I'm just saying that if, you know, it might cause problem. It's like a Sean or Colby situation where they could potentially cause problems. But the reason why he's in B tier is because the fact that he can bring fire food and be really, really eager to volunteer and just help out so much, like be so selfless and show that Southern hospitality. I feel like that outweighs what the problems that he can cause, and I'm gonna put him at a B tier. If, bro, honestly, I would put him at an S tier if it wasn't for like the stuff that he can bring up, you know what I'm saying, to cause tension. Look, I'm not saying like I hate Bryce Mitchell. I don't, not at all. The stuff that he says would cause tension, and that's not good for a cookout. But you know he's gonna go out of his way to do whatever it takes for you, the host, have a good cookout. So man, he's a good man. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a good man to invite for the cookout. So Bryce Mitchell, man, you're in the B tier, man. Next fighter. Hey guys, one more thing, guys. Merab, man, that was a terrible impression, but that's pretty much how it's gonna go and why he's in C tier. I think he's gonna be too eager for his own good. He might bring stuff, maybe some fire Georgian food, but he's gonna freaking talk so much. He's not gonna shut the heck up ever. If you were to, you know, if Fluffy were to bring the bud, were to spark up, you're gonna pass it around. Merab is gonna be the one holding it, yapping, and you know, and of course it's gonna be my turn. And I'm looking at him, and I'll be like, yo, yeah, guys, that's my issue. Like, I think he's gonna be like, I think he'd be a great guest, and he'd be really entertaining. But I feel like he's gonna talk way too much. He's like gonna be like Patty. I mean, bro, I'd rather have someone chill like Patty, that you know he's gonna joke around. Maybe he won't help out, maybe he'll just eat all your food, but at least you'll know he'll be entertaining, joke around, you know, chopping stuff up with the boys. Merab is just gonna talk so much. So yeah, I'd rather, you know, I would invite him because, you know, his eagerness, but I'm gonna have to get some earplugs. All right, next fighter we have up is Conor McGregor. here's the thing, man. Look, Conor McGregor can either be like a he can be like either maybe a B or an E tier. I don't know about A or S, just because of his status. So he might be too busy and stuff to like maybe get something on his way to participate in the cookout. But it's just like he's so unpredictable. I'd want him to be at my cookout. I'd still invite him, guys. I would still, unlike the other two fighters, and the other fighter that I'm gonna mention who's an E, Conor, I would invite because I feel like he would be a good time. But I'm like, it's a genuine gamble inviting Conor, because you don't know if he's gonna be the life of the party. But that could be good or bad. He's gonna be the life of the party, but you don't know if that's gonna go good or bad. So yeah, that's my stance on Conor McGregor. you guys know how he gets down. So yeah. All right, next fighter. I believe maybe this might be my E fighter. Yep. Khamzat, man. Khamzat, he's gonna cause problems. He's not gonna help shit. He's gonna just immediately get there eating West food, brother. West food, brother. I kill everybody. Like, oh my god, man. Like, he's gonna be a nightmare, bro. And the amount of, I feel like there's gonna be a fight. I guarantee you, like I can tell you with Colby and Khamzat, guaranteed there's gonna be a fight, bro. So I really don't want to go through that. So yeah, no, I'd rather not, man. Like nah, I'm not dealing with that. He's gonna be boring as hell, come in, French goodbye, and probably get into a fight and fuck up all your shit, and not really, I feel like he's not even gonna help you out after. So yeah, that's my take on Khamzat and for being invited to Cookout. Worst fighter, I would never invite you. Sorry, brother. All right, we're now gonna talk about fighters that I think would be the best to invite, and this is the S tier, obviously. First fighter, let's go for that. Yuri is gonna be a trip, man. He's gonna be, now I originally wanted to put Alex, but Alex is kind of too similar to like he's like a combination of a Kyoji and Piotr Yan. But I think Yuri, because I wanted to put someone stoic at the top, I think Yuri is a little better, because I feel like he has a very like funny side to him, which I don't know why he doesn't show too often, but it's it harkens back to the video of him with the tentacles in his mouth of like the octopus he's eating. He's like shaking his head around, like, this guy, and his story about his friends and how they took him and how they had a grand old time or something like that, man. Like, Yuri, it gets wild, man. And I know he's probably gonna bring his samurai sword, cut the meat in half, put on a show, yell, do a bunch of crazy stuff. He's gonna be a trip, man, and he's gonna be a vibe. I feel like he's definitely a vibe to hang out with once you get to know him outside the fighting stuff. So yeah, I definitely think Yuri's an S tier candidate for the Cookout. Next fighter, Carlos Prates, man. Oh my god, man, I want to smoke a cigarette and drink a beer with this guy, bro. Yeah, he's just a quintessential like chill guy. Like, he just literally a chill guy, cool as heck. He's gonna be helping you grill. He's gonna bring fire stuff to the grill. He has that knowledge in grilling. Yeah, I think he's gonna be just a fire person to make a invite to a cookout. He's gonna help. He's gonna bring the beers. He's gonna if you're not into smoking cigarettes, that's fine, but hey, he's gonna be at least grilling with a chill mindset. And yeah, man, he just seems like a really down-to-earth guy, and I think it'd be an insult to not invite him to the Cookout. You need a Cookout with Carlos Prates. All right, next fighter, man. How do you not have a Cookout with Derek Lewis? This is prime bro. Like, you need, if you were to make a Cookout with UFC fighters, you need guaranteed 3 fighters: Derek Lewis, Terrence McKinney, and Joaquin Buckley. This is a package deal that guarantees you entertainment, fun, fire food, just amazing, man. This would be an amazing turn of events if, you know, Derek Lewis comes to the cookout. I feel like, I don't know if he would help out much in the grill. I mean, I think he would. I think he would come and, you know, definitely whip up something, maybe bring something to whip up. But I don't know. I feel like he's just the way he's just so funny, and his interactions. You know, he's just gonna be, you know, off, you know, those 4 beers, you know, after y'all are done eating, maybe playing, you know, some I play, you know, I'm Hispanic, so we play domino, you know, or playing some like card games. You know, he's gonna be a trip. He's gonna be hilarious, you know, off some beers. He's gonna be, you know, absolutely a character. Yeah, he's gonna take off his shorts, put them on his head, freaking spin around, you know, be entertaining. We're gonna have a grand old time. We're all gonna take our shorts off, put it on our head, spin around, man. Yeah, so I think Derek Lewis is definitely a prime candidate for S tier, but there's only one person that I think is also essential. I lied. You need 4 people for a cookout, and you need this person. How are we gonna talk about cooking and cookouts and functions without cooking with Volk? I mean, of course, Volk is like the most well-rounded cookout function artist you will ever get the opportunity to hang out with, in my opinion. I mean, this guy can cook, this guy's chill, this guy's funny. You know, this guy is gonna be like rowdy, but in a good way, because you need a little rowdiness in somebody when it's like hanging out with the boys, you know, or at a function. You know, he's just gonna be that. He's the type of guy that's gonna be amazing for a cookout. And there's no way that you can do a cookout with him, Derek Lewis, without him, Derek Lewis, and Joaquin Buckley and Terrence McKinney. Like, those are the 4. With those 4, you'll have a fire cookout. The other people will be additional. I also want to say Bryce Mitchell in that list because you help out so much, but I don't know how they'll feel about that, but but yeah, guys, look, that's my list. Let me know what you guys think. Who would you guys invite to your cookout or function? Who would you guys not invite? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next week for my predictions for Fluffy versus Strickland. Peace.